Alright guys, so today we have the turbo drain hose for the 6.5 trucks. We're going to do one of these kind of revised, improved aftermarket ones. This is a new design that comes from Leroy Diesel. Basically it's a one-piece unit. It's supposed to be for less leaks, and this little guy, the rubber is actually technically not even needed. However, the rubber is just to ensure that there's never going to be a leak. Okay, so how this works is basically there's the bottom of my turbo that I'm using. You know, use the provided gasket and reuse your bolts. I've got to what are these? I don't know. I think these were aftermarket. These are 8mm. I think the factory ones are like 10s. I got a set of factory ones up here. Right there are the original ones. So I guess I can see which one I like better. Reuse the Allens or not. But let's see. Basically, the original pipe I already threw away. It was just a stamped steel metal pipe that went through one of the manifold holes. And this one is bendable. You can kind of bend it however you want. With that said, it's kind of already in place in a way. And the nice thing is this tip just slides in the hole. The end of this hose, there's a little bit of grease in there. The end of this hose slides right in there. So the original one went down through here, down to the pipe. This one, really you can route however you want, whatever is most convenient for you. I think we're going to I'm going to play with this and see where I want to put it. But this is the pipe that it's going on right there. And that has a plate and a gasket to the block. There's a chance that is leaking. Right now, if it is, this is the time to pull the whole thing off and to reseal it. I'm not going to reseal it at this time. I can do that in the future, I suppose, if I need to. But just so you're aware, this goes right here, and it slides in. Right, once it's straight, it'll slide in, and then you just slide that rubber kind of over both of them, and then you use the hose clamp to slide down. So in theory, the rubber is never needed because it's, you know, going straight down, and unless the pressure's coming up, it ain't gonna leak. But so the original pipe kind of just touched over the edge right here and had a hose between the two. The problem with that is it didn't go inside like this. It was kind of like this with a hose. So over time, when the rubber started wearing out, it did leak a lot. This one should, in theory, never leak. So let me see if I can get a good route on this, and it should. Let me see if I can get this how I want it, and then I will put the whole turbo and whatnot together. Alright guys, as you see right here, I put the bottom in the plate down there, and then I kind of worked my way up in terms of trying to angle it. And the turbo's on, it's loose. Now I'm going to tighten up the bolts, and then kind of, I think it's pretty close to where it needs to be right. It's pretty close to where it needs to be right now. Probably gonna pull that section right about there out a little bit by hand, but I can't do that because you don't want it touching, right? You don't want it touching any of the metal. You don't want it just to get a hole or overheat, you know, just to be real hot, because this is gonna be on cylinder head or exhaust manifold. So what I'm gonna do is, once I bolt the top together, take my hands right here and just pull out, get it as far away as I can. But otherwise, I think I like where it's at in the bend that it's got right now. I got my hose clamps, the rubber seal essentially. We're gonna push it, wiggle it down as far as it'll go. All right, make sure you got these facing the direction you want. I'm gonna have them on the bottom, towards the bottom of the motor. Then what we're gonna do is slide, well, slide this as far down in there as you can. Then you're gonna slide this rubber part over it, and that's when you clamp it. You might need some extra force with a wrench or something to slide it over. All right, we got that line done. I threw some red Loctite on there just because the bolts I'm using don't thread up in there too far. Kind of as you can see. But I'm using the big 6mm bolts that come with the A-Team. And you actually, with the adapter head right here, the bolts are actually bigger than the factory ones. So the hole that the A-Team plate comes with is actually more drilled out. So to install this pipe, you have to, the size above 3/8 drill bit, 16/64, 18/64, I think something like that. The size above 3/8 is the size I needed to drill it out to fit the 18 bolts. And you know, other than that, it's just then you got it down here. But there we go. That's what she looks like, all done. And in theory, based on gravity, it should just come right from the hose down into the thing and never have a leak. So that's my video for right now. Thanks for watching.